Hey guys, welcome to part 10 of June's Food Forest Tours. Hope you're doing well today. Just got through the row of the, looking at the plum tree right here and some of the apples down that way. Got another plum right here on this end. This was the one with the big blackberry right in front that got munched on by the deer quite a bit. Oops, sorry. Lost my camera just a little bit. It was, it's coming back though. That black thing is actually from a piece of grass right there. At first I thought it was aphids, but I was like, I just looked at it yesterday and there was nothing on it. But that new shoot too also is budding out really fast. They all look like this just yesterday, and so hopefully it'll probably start regrowing back really soon. Still got this other shoot over here that was not damaged by the deer, so that's really good. Also looking real good down in there too. Wasn't damaged lower down. All this, pretty much each little leaf node or where there was a leaf is going to probably be sending out a side shoot, so it may actually work out for the better. It probably really thicken up. Hopefully we'll protect it, and I'm probably gonna, you see these limbs that I put in right here, I'm probably gonna put in some I think those are river birch limbs, but I'm probably going to put in some cut trimmed privet branches, which grows wild here, that should help protect this a lot better, and just a little bit more limmier, and all kind of helps keep the deer out. One thing to notice is kind of where your deer are coming from. I have seen that they really struggle in general to really munch almost anywhere within the food forest, just with all the with the water features, and there's walkways most spots that I can get around pretty easily, but the deer honestly seem to just not want to bother with it, which is really nice. They seem to go along the very outside edges, and this is one of their trails right here. It kind of cuts, trying to see where it is, kind of cuts through there and goes into the woods. We could probably show that a little bit easier once we get back there, but yeah, they pretty much have just munched on things right along this section. They go this way and they head up along the very edge here over to the blueberries over there along the left side. So kind of interesting to, they probably came right here, and it was sticking out, and they probably leaned right over and just kind of munched each leaf. So I'm thinking I don't really need to protect it that much from, on the left side. I think I can kind of shield it right here, and that'll probably keep them off enough to keep them away. We'll see how that goes though. The plum tree's recovering right here. Kind of interesting. The same plant right here is growing next to it, and seems like it's coming back good. This one was one I didn't think was gonna make it, but it actually, like most of the leaves, had turned yellow and were falling off, but I think it's recovered to where the leaves are green again, and it's probably gonna start storing up some energy to hopefully put out some growth again soon. Let's see if we can go over to this side over here. Got another pineapple guava going right there. Just planted that one. Really interested to see how they taste. I've never tasted one of them. Got an apple tree growing right there. It's not looking too happy. I think that was a variety. I think it was like a Jonathan apple, which is probably more adapted to, there's a damselfly, and more adapted to probably a much cooler area. Got another one right there, another pineapple guava. Healthy cucumber right there. Maybe two healthy cucumbers, one in the front, one in the back, I think. This is the seedling apple tree. I think this was the largest one right here. It was looking really good. So you can see it's reached the top of the cage, and still going with some new growth, so that's really good to see. This pool fills up and overflows down this way. can see the water flowing downhill right there. Got a serviceberry right here got snipped back pretty hard by a rabbit. Despite being in the cages, the little bunnies can seem to get through there pretty easily, and unfortunately that one may struggle to come back. I may have to really clear around it, maybe put some additional limbs around it to try to keep the bunnies out of there. With it being just a few, probably about a foot tall, that's kind of the height that the bunnies really seem to snack on. Looking really good with the apple tree growth right here. Supposedly a red Fuji apple. Got the blackberry growing right up there, looking really good. Got the grapevine coming right up in here. It's looking really nice. Supposedly a hemorrhoid grape. Looking super healthy. It's kind of branching out. It's the main shoot of the grapes right there, and then there's little side shoots starting to come up too right there. It seems to be really liking it next to the apple tree, so that's really encouraging. I took the cage off of this serviceberry. This one's looking really good, starting to get really tall. It's looking really healthy too, starting to put on a lot of growth, by far the most in any 1 year so far. So really glad to see that one's kind of finally getting in a good spot for it. Here's the other seedling apple. I think I buried that one, so it looks shorter than it truly was, because I think it was probably a little bit shorter than the one over there on the other side, but just barely. I added a lot of soil around it. I think I was digging out this pool recently, so pretty much put it almost to the top of it. So it looks like it's continuing to put on some new growth right there. So that's good to see. Looking good. This pool, as you can see, the ditch flows from that one we were at back there down into this one. And it also gets fed from that side up there, which is coming downhill from that one we were talking about, kind of flows down through the food forest. See some tadpoles in there hanging out. Squash right here is flowering. Looks good. Cucumber hiding right in there. This apple tree right here, kind of fell in the pond a little bit. Tried to go back and zoom out, but while I zoomed out, I stepped in the pond. This apple tree has continued to struggle. I may even go ahead and take this one out sooner rather than even wait till the end of the year. Seems like it's got fire blight really bad on that main shoot, and it just doesn't look healthy at all. You can see it's got something else going on with the leaves, and got munched on by the deer too recently on those lower branches. But I think that was the least of its worries at this point. It's really struggled with powdery mildew, and so it was supposedly a Fuji. I'm sorry, not a Fuji. A Gala apple, and so it'll be interesting to see. I'll probably take that one out probably pretty quickly. It seems like it's a loser all the way around here, unfortunately. So I think the sooner I can take that out, the better. You can probably see the black locust too better from right here. I mean, this tree has just exploded. It's probably 14 feet tall up there with that topmost shoot up there, and it's got the kind of two main branches, one on the left and the right. The left side seems like to be a little bit more dominant, a little bit taller, but it's just putting off tons of growth. Got some nice good low branches right there also, and just new growth everywhere. Seems to be really thriving, so that's really good to see. Hope they'll get some flowers next year for that, and I'd love to get some seeds for it and spread that through the food forest. Got some squash, it looks like, coming up right through there. Got a little bigger one flowering right there underneath the low limb of the locust, black locust. Head around here to the side, or check on over here. Got some really good cucumbers right here, so that's looking really good. They all look really healthy and happy. Looks like might have a few squash right there too on the left side that may be coming in. So hopefully they'll do good. Thanks for tuning in to part 10 of this week's Food Forest tour, guys. I'll see you soon in part 11. Bye, guys.